You know, I'm going to get a lot of heat for this video. I am probably going to get a lot of dislikes. I'm going to lose subscribers. I'm going to get a lot of nasty comments. But you know, as the old saying goes, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Well, I'm sitting down at the kitchen table, and I got a 5-course meal planned out right in front of me. So, you know, I'm ready to fucking eat your bullshit. You know, I'm here. I'm here to take all the shots. I'm here, and I'm willing, ready, and able here. You know, I've got a message, and I'm gonna speak that message. I'm gonna tell you what I need to tell you. Because it takes a real man to speak the truth here. Alex Jones is out for your money, bitches. He's speaking the truth. Make it stop. It goes without saying. Now, I could have said one of many things. I could have said that Alex Jones is a nutcase. Alex Jones is crazy. Alex Jones sucks even. But the truth is that Alex Jones is a pretty intelligent man, and he's not crazy. He's not a psychopath. There's nothing wrong with him. Actually, you know, we're going to have to talk about what's right with him. He takes advantage of people's stupidity. Now, do I agree with this method of doing business? No, not at all. I think it's slime ballish, taking advantage of people's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But the thing is, he knows that there are a lot of desperate people out there. A lot of people who are, you know, like, for example, with this political race that just went on, Obama and Romney. You know, we all know that, you know, Obama being reelected, I think that it's going to be better if that, you know, than if Romney got elected. But still, you know, Obama sucks. That, you know, and you got a lot of desperate people who are just very unhappy about the political situation, and they will buy into anything, you know, as long as they get a reason. Alex Jones gives them a reason. He says that it's a new world order, that we have a suppressive government, and that, you know, everything you see is planned out. So this whole election that just happened, this was planned out. They already had Obama selected. So everything is just a show. And he says that all these news shows are bought and paid for, and that everything's a show, everything's a play. And the most ironic thing about this all is that he's bought and paid for himself. The fucking radio show he has, he was put on there by the radio station, the YouTube. You know, he's got people. He makes money off of views. He makes money off of T-shirts. He makes money off of DVDs. He makes money off of, you know, all the movies that you download from him. This guy makes money. He's got a fucking coffee cup, for God's sakes. He takes your money because of your stupidity. And he doesn't even have to try that hard. He could come up with any ridiculous story whatsoever. He tells people that the government is changing the weather. For example, I had one fucking nut job on one of my videos come and rant about this. The government is changing the weather on us. Oh my God! How are they doing this? No explanation. Nothing at all. Alex Jones says that they're, you know, using science and technology. Woo! Trying to get people to fear science. Because you know why? Because, you know, Alex Jones likes to talk about conservatism, and he knows that a lot of people, conservatives, that a lot of conservatives are ultra religious, and, you know, the ignorant type of religious people, not the good-hearted religious people that are scared of science. Science is evil. They're controlling the weather with the science, and he talks about all these genetic science experiments that are meant to take over our mind. He talks about chips being implanted in our head and all this stuff. He says that you know, women shouldn't give birth in hospitals because, you know, they take down a lot of unnecessary information. He says, you know, that women were meant to give birth at home. You know, it doesn't sound like a good idea at all. And the funny thing is, you look at his comments, and you will see that people love this man, and they will dick ride him to the moon. I mean, they love Alex Jones. They think that he's the best thing ever. They think that he is like the voice of the voiceless. They think that this is a man. This is a real American here. He's here to help us. No, he's here to take your money. He's taking advantage that you believe everything. And then, this is like a doorway to other people, for other people, so they can start exploring other crazy conspiracy theories. And people come on his videos and they scream at him, "You're not being hardcore enough. You're not talking about, the Zionists and those evil Zionists." And I also had like someone come on my video and talk about the Zionists, the movement, and how this is the root of all evil and shit like that. Where's the proof again? I mean, there's no fucking proof to any of this shit. I mean, when is the government gonna break down my door? I'm still waiting. I haven't even heard a faint tap yet. Nothing. Where's this rogue military? When is this martial law gonna break out? He's basing this off of the Civil War, when martial law did break out at one point, but that was because we were in a war. And Alex Jones supporters. Alex Jones is also smart because he knows that a lot of people who watch him are fucking nuts. And, the conspiracy theorists are also the Ron Paul supporters. They're almost synonymous. They're the same fucking thing. They're in the same fucking boat. So he knows that when he has to, that he's gonna have to put out a pro Ron Paul video, and he does that, periodically. And everybody's like, "Oh, Ron Paul, Alex Jones recognizes the great politicians." And they're just so fucking gullible. They buy all into this shit because Alex Jones just tells them what they want to hear. He tells them the craziest stories, and he's making money off of it. He's making money off of you, his fucking insane fans. And people don't even seem to catch it. I mean, it's hilarious. It's very humorous to watch one of his videos. I subscribed to him back in 2009. And I was watching it, and when I first heard this stuff, I was pretty shocked, but then I really thought about it, and then I realized that it was fucking bullshit. It doesn't really take too much to realize this. I mean, this reminds me of like shit that you would hear about in The Onion. That newspaper that's like purposely it's a farce. They talk about fake news stories and all. It's a fake paper. It's a real paper, but with fake stories in it. For entertainment. That's pretty much what Alex Jones is. It's entertainment. Except, it's supposed to be believed to be real. Except it's fake. And the scary thing is that people believe this. I'm just putting it out there. Just think about it for a moment. Alex Jones is telling all these stories, these news stories, and he's making money off of it. And it's really funny because a lot of people who support him don't have any fucking jobs. They have no idea what's really going on in the outside world, because if they did, they would know that these things that Alex Jones talks about are just completely insane and doesn't make any sense and has no relevance in the real world. If you walk outside, you will see that none of the shit that he's talking about is happening. And the fact that people believe this just proves that they don't know what's going on. And Alex Jones has never held a real job in his life. His job is taking advantage of you. He just sits behind the microphone and he makes a couple of movies. And it's not much. For example, I watched his Obama movie that he made when Obama was first elected. And it was pretty much just gibberish. I mean, it really was. It was such a poorly put together film. He pretty much just interviewed a bunch of jabronis out on the street. He interviewed some hip-hop artists that no one listens to. He talked about how Obama's going to suppress it. And the thing is that he didn't even start yet. And the funny thing about it is that he talks about like Obama is the root of all evil, and yet he always talks about how the president is just a figurehead. So there's a direct contradiction right there. If he's just a figurehead, then we have nothing to fear. But to believe that everything that's going on is a smokescreen, like, you know, like we're living in the Matrix, like everything like that we're seeing is not real. You know, something else is taking place in another, you know, alternate reality, and that's the real thing that's going on. That's what he's talking about. This guy thinks he's fucking Neo. I mean, I don't, you know I'm living in the real world. The real world. Do you? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, fucking wise up already.